Somewhere right now, a manager making six figures is being replaced by a piece of software that costs less than his monthly Netflix and Spotify combined. Not because he was bad at his job, not because he got lazy, because for the first time in history, thinking itself just got cheap enough to buy in bulk. And here's the part that should actually worry you. The people it's coming for aren't factory workers. They're accountants, analysts, managers. The people who did everything right, went to school, got the degree, climbed the ladder. The ladder just got shorter. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this is happening, why it's happening faster than almost anyone predicted, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it before it happens to you. For most of modern history, there's been an unspoken deal. Automation comes for the physical jobs first, the factory line, the assembly floor, and thinking jobs stay safe. Get a degree, sit at a desk, and you're protected. That deal just broke. Ford CEO recently said something that would have sounded insane 5 years ago. He believes literally half of white-collar jobs in the U.S. could disappear because of AI. And he's not some outlier. Executives at Amazon, at J.P. Morgan, at companies across finance and tech have said versions of the same thing. Some using the phrase AI job loss like it's just a normal line item now, right next to inflation and interest rates. This isn't a future problem. It's already showing up in the numbers. White-collar sectors, finance, professional services, tech, have been cutting jobs for 3 straight years, even while the overall economy kept growing. That's unusual. Normally when the economy grows, office jobs grow with it. This time they didn't. So why is this happening now, specifically? Think about what a $120,000 a year manager actually gets paid for. Not for typing, not for showing up, for a very specific kind of labor, reading information, weighing options, and making a judgment call. That's it. Strip away the meetings and the small talk, and the actual economic value of the job is turn information into a decision. For decades, only a human brain could do that reliably. Now, a piece of software can do a rough version of it for a subscription fee. Not perfectly, not for every task, but well enough for enough of the job that a company doing the math starts asking an uncomfortable question. Why am I paying 6 figures a year for a decision-making machine when I can rent one for $20 a month? One of the AI field's own pioneers, Geoffrey Hinton, the guy researchers literally call the godfather of AI, has said the technology is now capable enough to replace call center jobs already, and that it's coming for far more. His reasoning is almost mechanical. Every few months, these systems can handle tasks that take twice as long as before. A year ago, that meant an hour of coding. Soon, it means projects that take months. Follow that curve far enough, and entire categories of safe office work stop needing a human in the loop at all. That's not science fiction. That's a spreadsheet a CFO is already running. Here's what this actually looks like on the ground, and it's important to sit with this for a second instead of rushing past it. Imagine someone who spent a decade climbing into a management role. They did the right moves, extra hours, extra responsibility, the promotion that finally felt like stability. Then, without warning, the promotion stalls. The recruiter emails stop. The team gets smaller, not because performance dropped, but because the org chart doesn't need as many decision makers anymore. This is happening at scale. Recent labor data shows unemployment ticking up specifically in professional and business services, the exact category of consulting, admin, and analysis work that used to be considered recession-proof. Layoffs tied directly to AI adoption are still a minority of total job cuts today, but they're growing every quarter, and multiple major employers have publicly named AI efficiency as the reason for shrinking their teams. The scariest part isn't the job loss itself. It's that most people find out their job was replaceable at the exact moment it gets replaced, with zero warning, because nobody tells you you're safe. Jobs stop being safe. Here's the trap almost everyone falls into. We assume safety comes from effort. Work hard, stay reliable, and the job stays yours. That belief made sense for 100 years. It doesn't anymore because the thing being automated isn't effort, it's judgment. And judgment, it turns out, is exactly what a $20 a month tool is getting good at faking. This is a version of something called the normalcy bias, the tendency to assume tomorrow will look like today, right up until it doesn't. It's the same bias that made factory workers in the 1970s assume their jobs were permanent, right before entire towns lost their main industry within a decade. So what do you actually do with this? Not panic. Panic doesn't build anything. Here's what does. First, stop competing with AI on tasks it's already good at: data entry, basic analysis, routine writing. If your job is 80% tasks like that, that's not a personality flaw. That's a warning sign worth acting on now while you have time. Second, move toward the parts of work AI still can't fake well. judgment under ambiguity, relationships, accountability when something goes wrong, and taste, knowing what's actually good, not just what's technically correct. Ironically, some of the fastest growing roles right now are the ones that manage or interpret AI output, not the ones AI replaces. Third, treat AI literacy the way a previous generation treated computer literacy in the 90s. It's not optional anymore. The people getting paid more right now aren't the ones ignoring AI. They're the ones learning to direct it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The ladder didn't disappear. It just got a lot shorter and a lot more crowded at the bottom. The people who'll be fine aren't the smartest people in the room. They're the ones who noticed the rules changed early enough to actually do something about it. You just did.